Hello and welcome everyone to our demo session of ABAP on Cloud Come RESTful Application Programming Model on BTP with me Amrit. So this will be a demo session where we will see what will be the course content and what are the features of our ABAP on Cloud and how we are going to continue with this course. So let's start with the introduction of this introduction. This course is well designed for those who wants to learn ABAP on cloud, ABAP on cloud on the BTP environment. BTP environment, as BTP is very popular these days and everybody wants to learn BTP, so we are going to cover our ABAP on cloud on the BTP environment along with the RESTful. This is a new programming model here. So RESTful application programming model using our S4HANA. Okay, then what we are going to see is this course is well suited for the ABAP developers who are working on-premise system and now they are moving towards cloud part on the BTP environment. So who are working on S4HANA, let's say who are working on S4HANA and they wants to increase their knowledge by learning the new ABAP programming model on the BTP environment. Because earlier our environment was our application layer or NetWeaver, but now with BTP coming into the picture, the things have changed a lot and everybody is moving towards cloud. Also, this course is well suited for those who wants to build new innovative Fiori element applications using the new RESTful application programming model on the top of BTP environment. This is well suited for them also. Those who wants to learn or understand how BTP helps customers to help adoption with ABAP with BTP environment. This is well suited for those also. A new technology has also been introduced with ABAP on cloud, which is steampunk. So those who wants to understand the embedded steampunk for SAP S4HANA for the new programming paradigm. This is well suited for them also, right? So this is the overall introduction, how who can easily learn this. So well suited for if you have, so let's say if you have basic knowledge, this will be the prior and prerequisite, so basic knowledge of ABAP programming and basic idea of object-oriented programming, then you can follow this course. As this is mandatory. This is completely mandatory because this is the advanced ABAP, so basic idea of object-oriented programming and ABAP programming is must. Then what will be the course content that we are going to cover? Course content for this training. Course content that we are going to cover for this training. So this course will be of around 40 hours live training, and here you will get recordings for all the live sessions as well, along with my written documents for learning this new model. This will be something new. Now what I have done with this particular course is I have divided this course into four different parts. What I am going to cover here is, first part will be, we will start with the introduction and understanding of BTP platform with ABAP environment, along with different development tools, which includes RESTful application programming model and cloud application programming model, RAPM and CAPM. Then the second part we are going to see is, then we will understand the serious entities. We will start with the introduction of the serious entities and unmanaged RAP implementation in ABAP environment. On the top of BTP platform, where we will learn how serious entities are different from the serious views, and there we will also learn how we can use the unmanaged scenario of the RESTful application programming model to extend or build the existing ABAP applications on the cloud environment, on the cloud platform, or you can call it business technology platform, right? This will be the second part of our this 40 hours of live training. In the third part, we will start with the managed RAP implementation, RESTful application programming implementation, with entity management language. This is a new language which has been introduced with this BTP ABAP. So EML. There we will learn the core concepts of RAP model, like the behavior definition, behavior implementation, service definition, and service implementations. This is what we are going to cover there, right? For UI and user interface and application programming interface. Also, we will build and an end-to-end fully managed RESTful application programming application, which will allow us to perform the CRUD operations over the database. This is what we are going to cover that in the third part. Fourth and final page of this training will cover the embedded steampunk for SAP S/4HANA, along with the extensibility. So this will be the major course content of this training, and where we are going to cover the below syllabus. Let me show you the course architecture here. Also, you will get complete server access of our ABAP on HANA along with our training certification, and you are also going to get my course end-to-end my documents that I have created, right? This is the free thing that you are going to get with this course. This will be course content with the BTP introduction. We are going to cover all these things, along with we will give a core recap of CDS view, which we are going to also, which is mainly covered in our ABAP on HANA training. So we are going to give this introduction part to you so that you can get this brief knowledge over it. So if you do not have the proper idea of core CDS view, it is perfectly fine, but a basic idea of ABAP programming is mandatory. Then we'll move on to our RESTful application programming model, where we will cover the RAP part, and this thing we are going to cover there using the unmanaged and managed scenario as well. Then we will learn this EML RAP managed implementation and Fury app development with Bash, unmanaged RAP development, ABAP on cloud lifecycle, along with this embedded steampunk and extensibility. This will be the core syllabus of our training, right? This is what we are going to cover here. Okay, so let's see a little bit introduction of how we moved on towards the cloud. So what is the future for the ABAP developers? What is the future for ABAP developers? What is the future of our ABAP developers? So when SAP introduced the SAP S/4HANA, which was earlier supporting the SAP NetWeaver as its backend for running the applications. ABAP applications, what they were doing. But with SAP S/4HANA coming into the picture, what SAP did, SAP introduced a new layer there, or SAP a new programming model there, which was your RESTful application programming with the ABAP application layer, ABAP layer in the architecture of the SAP S/4HANA. Architecture of the SAP S/4HANA. This is what you are going to see that. So this ABA layer was introduced with SAP S/4HANA, and there in new, after some time, SAP added this new programming model, RESTful application programming model there. So this is not just applicable for us, but also even we are on cloud, it is indeed applicable for us for both the cloud if we are working on S/4HANA. So what you see here is this RESTful application programming model. RESTful application programming model is not just applicable for us when we are working on the cloud, but also it is indeed applicable for us when we are working on the SAP S/4HANA, right? So this RAP model, RESTful application programming model, for on-premise systems, we can start consuming this new RAP model from the version 1909. So that is 2019 September month. So if your SAP system has been installed after this or has been upgraded after this version OP, which was introduced in September 2019. So if your SAP was installed after this version, then we can start consuming this new RAP model, right, for on-premise system. And for on-cloud system, for SAP S/4HANA Cloud, it was introduced in August of 2019. August of 2019. This is the future. RAP is the future for ABAP developers, and it will stay for quite a long period of time from now on. So over the period this ECC and on-premise systems will obsolete and only cloud will prevail. So what is the future for ABAP developers? So for people like us, that is ABAP developers, it has become mandatory. It has become mandatory to move towards the cloud part, right? This is the future for the ABAP developers like you and me. Now, a little knowledge over our SAP BTP platform. So, SAP BTP platform, and need little bit knowledge here because this is a very buzzing words in today's SAP market for technical consultants. So, what is this BTP? BTP stands for the Business Technology platform, which was earlier known as SAP Cloud Platform before 2021, and way before it was also known as SAP HANA Cloud. So this was the first name SAP gave when they introduced it, but later on they realized this was not only for HANA database, so they changed the name to SAP Cloud Platform. And after 2021, in 2021, they basically changed its name again to your Business Technology Platform. So this SAP BTP offers a variety of runtime environments. Runtime, as a ABAP developers, what we need to execute our code. For executing our code, we need a ABAP runtime environment, which is provided by our ABAP application layer. That is why we need that. So whenever we are writing code on even on Eclipse, that Eclipse is connected with our SAP S/4HANA system. That S/4HANA server is providing us the runtime environment, right? It is connected with the ABAP application layer there. So this SAP BTP offers a variety of runtime environments like Java programming, Node.js, HANA native development, and also the most important for us, ABAP runtime environment. Earlier, when this Eclipse tool was introduced, when this HANA database was introduced, they have not integrated with the HANA layer, but with BTP coming into picture, they have introduced this BTP along with our ABAP runtime environment. What does it means? It simply means without any ABAP application layer, we can now run our ABAP programs directly on the top of BTP platform, because BTP is providing me the runtime environment for that. BTP is providing me the runtime environment. So what this BTP is doing, SAP BTP is working as a platform as a service where they are providing us the platform that is SAP software, or I can say a computer over the internet, which consists of hardware, software, databases, runtime environment, everything, environments, and as a developer, we just need to use this as a developer, we just need to use this to develop and maintain our applications our applications. We are not going to maintain the BTP platform. SAP will maintain the BTP platform, and we just need to pay a, per user ID for it. And how do I know that we need to pay this? If you want to know it, just go to SAP Discovery Center. Go to SAP Discovery Center. I will simply go to this SAP Discovery Center. Let's wait for a couple of seconds. And here I will search for ABAP. See ABAP environment. I will click on that. And I'll go for pricing. I will scroll it down and see here price per hour for 16 GB blocks, for memory, for persistent memory and runtime memory, 1.92 euro, 0.55 euro. So SAP charging some amount on the top of this BTP platform, right? On top of this BTP platform, right? Now, why it is mandatory for us? So, why it is mandatory for us to learn this thing? Why it is mandatory for the ABAP developers to learn this ABAP on cloud? Why it is mandatory for us? Yeah, this question should be arising in everyone's mind, that why it is mandatory for us for as a ABAP on HANA developer. Why do we need this ABAP on cloud? Why do I need to become the ABAP on cloud developer? The reason is lot of things. Let me just show that. Also one picture. Yeah. Why it is mandatory? So new solutions are directly based on this SAP Fiori UX model, right? New solutions are directly based on the SAP Fiori UX model. We are not still working on, let's say, module pool programming. Everything is now on completely Fiori UX model. So this ABAP RESTful application programming model allows us to embrace the Fiori user experience, so we can build their transactional Fiori apps which are very responsive. And here the responsive simply means that our Fiori application can adjust itself according to the size of mobile, desktop and tablets, right? Then second thing, you can see it leverages the HANA. So leveraging the capability of our in-memory database, which is which consists of in-memory computing engine, by achieving our code to data paradigm. So it is also an important motivation for us to learn this ABAP on cloud. Then another benefit here is robust programming. So robust programming language which is more safer, where we can consume the resources which are released by SAP, and also we can expose the data and the API on the cloud, which means we want to be more robust and in terms of security also. Then SAP is also providing ABAP as runtime environment now. SAP is also providing ABAP as runtime environment directly over this cloud BTP platform. So we can also directly develop our side-by-side extension using this SAP ABAP layer, right? This is what we can also do here. So our RAP model, our RESTful application programming model, will help us to create a new RESTful application programming RESTful application programming. And EML with both approached of managed and unmanaged implementation, right? This is mandatory for us. Current market is evolving, and nowadays it is completely waste of time to set up our own on-premise system by investing crores of money. As SAP is directly offering us everything over the internet with this new programming model also. So this is what we can easily use here, right? This is what you can easily use here. We can easily use this in here without any problem, right? So this is a benefit for us. This is a very important benefit for us which we can directly use. So for this BTP platform, so the default tool here which we will use to connect with the SAP will be our ABAP development tools, or same thing that we learn in case of our Eclipse. Here also we are going to use the Eclipse tool, ABAP development tools, which is ADT in Eclipse. This is what we are going to mainly learn and implement it here, right? So this is all about the overview. Now I will simply open my Eclipse. This is my new. So we will go for this login. I will click on this login browser. Let's see that. Yeah, we have been successfully logged on by passing the credential. I will now go back to my Eclipse and finish. New project has been created. So inside this new project, if you open this new project, you are going to see is everything, this favorite package and favorite object. Since this BTP is a shared section, you are going to see lots of packages. You are directly going to see here lots of packages and objects created by SAP created by other developer also. Everything you are going to see here. Now inside it, how we are going to create our own packages, that is the most important thing. So open this local. Inside this local, you will see all the packages created by other developers, including me as well. So now with this one, what we will do is we will create our own package. So I'll right click and I'll go for new ABAP package, and here I'll create one package. So Z ABAP, let's say Amrit ABAP Cloud. So ABAP pack on cloud. I'll go for next. Okay, I don't need any application component. I'll go for next. I'll create one transport request. So ABAP on cloud transport request, right? ABAP on cloud transport request. Perfect. And go for finish. So we have created our this package. Right click, and I'll go for simply add it to the favorites so that I can easily use that. Now once I have this one, I'm going to simply create one class here. So ABAP class, a local class, so that I can simply show you how everything is running directly on this BTP platform. So GCL first, my ABAP on cloud program. I will simply give one short description, ABAP on cloud. Yeah, perfect. Go for next. Or I will need one interface which is mandatory here. So let me add this interface here. If ADT class run. This is one interface which is mandatory. I will simply select this, go for next. I'll select my transport request and go for finish. So it will generate a template of a general class that we usually see. Now what SAP has done here, they have taken some reference. They have taken some reference from Java programming also. In Java programming, main is the default method which gets executed every time whenever we execute our program. So for this ABAP cloud, they have created this interface, and inside this interface, this is a default main method which is going to simply execute when you are going to simply print anything. So here we are, let's see, I'm going to simply print something using my new programming model. So out, using my write statement, and hello and welcome to ABAP cloud training with Amrit. This is what I'm going to simply show you how to print. So I will activate this program. I will simply activate this program, and I will right click, and I'm going for run as my ABAP application. See, we are getting the output without any S/4HANA server directly connecting it over my BTP platform, which is providing the runtime environment and executing my ABAP code. So this is all about our demo session, and I believe I have given a brief definition of what we are going to cover here. This will be our course content, which I have already shown. We'll cover everything in detail. It will be a 40 hours of training. So thank you very much for watching this demo session.